Well, because it's raining, baby. And I'm doing a vlog. Yeah, you're coming with me. Okay, so it is actually the next day. We went to Barnes & Noble because we were on our way to go pick up my husband from work and Elliot from school, and then we ended up going to the grocery store and making dinner and putting the kids to bed. But yeah, this was a semi-impromptu trip. We're gonna go through my little haul here. Mostly I went because I was planning on going back middle of January when a book was actually like being released that I wanted, and I got the flu. So I wasn't able to get it then. I decided to get it now, and I ended up getting some things for me as well as some things for the kids. So yeah, let's start with the books that I intentionally went to get. We'll start with like my stuff first. And so the book that I wanted to get was Say You'll Be Mine by Naina Kumar. This is the Patreon book club pick, my Patreon book club, for February. And so I need to read this, and I really wanted to get my hands on it. It came out January 16th, which was the day I ended up feeling horrible, and then I got diagnosed the very next day on my birthday with the flu. So yeah, I was not able to go get it. It's been almost a whole month later. I finally got my hands on it. I love the color pink of this. It is a romance. This is about a girl who ends up being like invited to the wedding of like her secret crush. Like he had no idea that she was in love with him, and I think ends up being like his best man basically. And so because of all that, she ends up needing like a fake date to the wedding and decides to go with this guy who is an engineer that her parents always wanted her to be and she's not. And they're gonna be like going to this wedding and doing a fake engagement, it looks like. Like I am so excited for this one. So this was the one that I specifically went in to go get. Now I will say everything else that I got myself was romance novels. I ended up looking at a couple other sections. Like I did go in the sci-fi fantasy section, I did go in the manga section, but I feel like I had some restraint and I only picked up books from the romance section. I figured, hey, it's February. So the next one that I picked was Game On by Cerestia Glass. This is one that was on my most anticipated releases when this was coming out. I think it came out near the end of last year, maybe even December of last year. And I definitely wanted to read it. This has obviously gaming and stuff in it, and that always makes me excited. And this is about a girl who has built a large following as a gamer under an anonymous screen name, and she like reviews his game and like has really, I guess maybe not like bad things to say about it, but is critical of it in certain ways, especially equal representation in the games and stuff like that. And then they end up working together, maybe without knowing who she was, like without realizing that she was the reviewer. I need to read this. I absolutely love this cover as well. And so literally I picked up Say You'll Be Mine. This was on the table, like right on the other side of it, and I immediately grabbed it. Then I picked up a book that I had never heard of, but it was face out on the shelves and the cover got me. It's Morbidly Yours by Ivy Fairbanks. So my Barnes & Noble has an amazing store manager who is the manager that, like, back when I worked at this Barnes & Noble, because I worked at this Barnes & Noble before I had kids, she was an assistant manager and she was in charge of the romance section, and I think she still is, but she has always been a big proponent for self-published and indie published books. Our romance section there is so big. The manga section at that store is great too, because another assistant manager does the manga section. They do so many good things there. But so I had never heard of this book, and I picked it up because of the title and the cover, and I was like, let me read the back. It starts off at the top with a charmingly tender friends to lovers romantic comedy debut about finding love after loss in the last place she expected. So first of all, charmingly tender friends to lovers. I have recently discovered, I think I mentioned it in my like best books of 2023 video, that I really, really love romances that also have something deep or hard in them, like hard topics and stuff. So yeah, Colin Flannelly, yep, would rather dive into an open grave than take a stranger to dinner and a movie. But he can only inherit the family undertaking business and carry on their legacy under one condition. He must marry before his 35th birthday. So it's out of the mortuary and into the dating scene. Lark Thompson would rather get crushed by a falling anvil than live next to a funeral home during her stay in Galway, Ireland. The vivacious American cartoon creator and animator came here to embrace life, not to be reminded of losing her husband. When Lark learns of Callum's dilemma and aversion to marrying out of necessity rather than love, she agrees to help the introverted mortician. Although sworn off love herself, she is optimistic that Callum can find the one and secure his inheritance. But as the dating project progresses and their friendship grows, so does a mutual attraction. The more time she spends with serious, sarcastic Callum, the more she dreads finding him a match. And the more disastrous dates he endures, the more trepidation he feels for Lark's imminent return to the States. If they think it's possible to ignore their connection, they're dead wrong. So I read that and I was like, you know what? We're picking it up. I need to try this one out. And then I picked up one more book for me, again, in the romance section. It's this very gorgeous edition of Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. So this is a book that I have heard of before. I've heard really good things about it, and I've never read it. It's something that's been on my radar, something that I've definitely wanted to read, and I was not thinking that I was going to pick up this book specifically during my trip to Barnes & Noble, but this is a special annotated edition, and like seriously, it's gorgeous. It has the sprayed orange edges that match the spine, and then when you go underneath, it's like even more gorgeous under the dust jacket. Like I'm so excited about this just because like how pretty it is. And then it is annotated, so like when you go through, it does have annotations there, and I have not looked at them obviously because I've not read this one. But yeah, and from what I remember about this, it does include Archer, who I think is mute, if not also deaf. It says, when Bree Prescott arrives in the small town of Pelion, Maine, all she wants is to forget her past and everything she's left behind. But the moment she meets Archer Hale, her entire world tilts on its axis and nothing will ever be the same again. Strange, silent, and isolated, Archer communicates with no one. Yet when Bree stares into his whiskey-colored eyes, something intangible happens between them. There's so much more to Archer than his beauty, his presence, or the way his hands communicate with Bree. I'm assuming this is like ASL. I think it's set in America. ASL, so again, doesn't necessarily mean he is deaf, but I'm assuming that's closer to where we're going with it. Yeah, I bought that too. And then, like I said, I did buy some books for the kids, so let's get into those really quick. I did first pick up a couple things for Valentine's for the kids. One is I'll Love You Till the Cows Come Home. This just seemed really, really cute. I looked through it a little bit because, like, the cows have a rocket ship. And it says, I will love you till the cows come home. From a trip to Mars through skies unknown, in a rocket ship made of glass and stone, I will love you till the cows come home. And then, like, the next one, I will love you till the yaks come back, from a jaunt downtown for a grassy snack, in a fire truck or a Cadillac. I will love you till the yaks come back. Like, I just thought that was very, very cute, so I got that one. They also had a sale where Cupig was their, like, children's book of the month or whatever it is. So instead of paying the full price for the book, if you buy any other children's book, you get it for $10. And I did really think this, can we see? This was cute as well. It's about a Cupig who is firing the arrows all wrong. And so instead of making, like, peanut butter and jelly fall in love with each other, it's peanut butter and sardines. Like, I think it's cute. So we got that one. And then I also picked up Finn's Little Fibs. These are the Big Bright Feelings books by Tom Percival. We love these in our house. I think I am missing Milo's Monster, but besides that, I have every single one, and we really, really love these. This is the newest one, and it's about Finn and his little fibs. We have not read this yet, but, like, I really do love these because they all are about really big feelings that people can have, especially kids, obviously. And so we got that one. And then Presley picked out a book. He picked out The Sun is Kind of a Big Deal by Nick Selluck. I'm hoping that's correct. And it has lots of cool pictures of the solar system, and it talks about, like, the planets and the sun. And so it has lots of cool, like, space stuff in it. So obviously we had to get that one.
Can I hold it?
Yes. And that was it. That was the whole haul from Barnes & Noble. So again, could have been a lot worse. I will say, because we were going there on the way to go pick up Daddy and Elliot, we didn't have a ton of time at Barnes & Noble. I feel like I was there for maybe half an hour, and I had already picked out this kind of stuff, and then I ended up talking to the manager of the store, who is a friend, came to Presley's baby shower and everything. So we were talking to her for a little while before I was like, okay, she had customers to go deal with. I need to go pick people up from work and school. But yeah, so overall, I don't think that was too bad. I spent like $150 total, I think, for everything, because I do have the Barnes & Noble Premium membership. So yeah, these are the ones that I got for me. And yeah, overall, really happy with it. Two that, like, I immediately grabbed. One that I couldn't pass up, and one that I'm brand new to and I'm very, very curious about. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up to let me know. Subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more videos. I do have videos coming out on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and sometimes Saturdays, so I will see you then. Bye!